Good evening, all you BBGamers. Today is October the 19th, and it's already past 11:30. Apologies for the previous week. We didn't have much going on because we had a small vacation. We went off to El Paso and all that other stuff. So we were
We went
kind
out of town. That's basically it. You don't actually have to tell them where, Byron.
of true.
So,
Well, regardless, we're now back in session, and welcome to another episode of That Right Gamer Opinion. So, as for many topics today, the one that we're going to talk about was the whole controversial thing with this whole Bayonetta 3 game and especially the actress that was kind of wanting to boycott the game, unfortunately.
well, from what I know a little bit is that she came out on Twitter and she had like a set of videos saying about how she was misrepresented in the game because she was offered this minuscule amount of money, $4,000, for her voice role in the game. But unfortunately, that's not what other people are coming out and what they're saying.
Another certain a certain Twitter account kind of talked about the whole thing from behind the scenes, saying that she was offered a certain amount, like $3,000, $4,000 for 5 sessions. So that could have been like 15 grand right there.
No, well, the thing is that she was going to be offered that much money for the sessions that she's about to be doing, in which would a grand total of 15,000 for the entire thing. But she thought that the session was only going to be 4,000, and she just spoke her words out from there. And unfortunately, it kind of just construed all of the stuff that's been going on. And for like many of the other YouTubers who have been reporting this, and from what I gathered from them, is that she was lying about it and she wanted to boycott the game to make it fail because I think is that she wanted to have more money in that and not the money that they gave her.
Yeah, I kind of understand that sometimes voice actors for video games barely get much money out of other like actors from movies and other stuff. But I think they should get the benefit of the doubt and get a little bit more money. But boycotting the game, no, that's not right. Because I've been a fan of the Bayonetta series. I mean me and my brother played the very first one and the second one for the Switch, and now we're waiting for the third one that's just barely come a week away.
And then,
And
of course, she comes out and starts ranting about all this stuff. She has a valid
valid
points
points.
to her thing, but she's just construing it into the wrong thing because she's making it at that everybody who worked on the game should be boycotted. I mean, should have the. I mean, she's pointing out that everybody who's planning on buying the game to boycott it, and it's just going to fuck over all of these people
That
who
worked
worked
hard on the
on
game.
the game.
I mean, I have my game reserved, and I'm not saying that she's wrong about it, but I'm getting the game regardless of what it is or what she says, but because I want to enjoy it in my own sense. And that's the more the reason why I think that she is in the wrong, but we don't know whether or not who's in the right either.
Well, from what I heard, is that she was wrong about everything about the stuff that she said and all this other stuff. It's a mixed bag of stuff that's been thrown out here and there, but I mean, from what I can say is that the game is finished. The voice actress for Bayonetta is finalized, and there's nothing she can do about it now. And all I heard from um, Clownfish TV for today, and I want to give them props for saying putting this out, is that they heard that this entire thing is just a lie, and then they hear that she just wants to put it all behind her and just get get it done and over with and just forget about it.
Yeah, and I want to give major credit to Clownfish TV, The Quartering, and also Review Tech USA for their little interpretations and
Insight.
insight for the whole situation that's going on. So I like to give credit. So I like to give credit to them and go ahead and subscribe to their channels to get more out of it, out of this. But this is just me and my brother's opinion on the matter. So that's the main reason why we need to get this out of the way. But still,
I need to go down for a bit. Mom's calling me.
all right.
I'll be
Well,
right back, guys.
well, personally, in my opinion, for what I believe in this whole situation of the Mayo series, is that yes, the actress does have a point of saying things that needed to be said, and well, personally, I think that there are some other construed things about what goes on behind the scenes of whenever a voice actress is supposed to be well do their thing. But in a sense, I can understand that she could probably be upset about the whole situation, and she might have the right to voice her opinions about whether or not she would want the game boycotted. But for me as a gamer, I personally say that I wanted the game. I've been waiting this long for Bayo 3 ever since it was announced like a year ago. But now that we're already getting close, it's like I just want to play the game, and that's it.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that.
No problem.
All
But
right.
as I stated before, the game is on its way. It's almost like next week, from what I heard. It's going to be like next Friday, from what I
Yes,
saw.
and well, nobody. I from what I know is that everybody's going to get the game regardless.
Mhm.
Nobody's boycotting the game. This was all just a fumbled mess because of her coming out and saying all these things, and then of course, like the company is coming out and saying other things that's supposed to be the truth, but we don't know who's right or wrong. But she just dropped it and just says that I'm just gonna let it go, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, she hopefully she does get something going for her, but I still feel a little upset that she kind of had to say that stuff. But
But
it's her opinion. This is ours. You don't have to take it with a grain of salt and all that other stuff. We're just kind of like voicing our opinions in regards to this whole situation.
okay,
All right.
but aside from that, now it's time to go on to our review. Uh, Astral Chain, a game that has been out for like about
2019, from
that's
what I
a yeah a
remember.
long time ago, and I know that it is quite a long time that we haven't been able to. I mean, we're just barely starting to do reviews, and from what we've been doing on certain games, this one deserves a review on its own for what we played
Mhm.
through it.
All I could say is that Astro Chain is in itself a very unique game, but it's also based off of, well, of course, the Bayonetta thing type thing where you play as a the police officer, a newcomer in a certain era where humanity is on the brink of extinction.
It kind of reminds me of like all these other apocalyptic games where certain aliens come in and wipe out humanity, and then the last remaining people are trying to fight back in order to continue existing. And it is sort of like the same thing that's in Astral Chain, but there are like
This
certain elements within the game that show off like
how dire the situation is.
well
There,
how corrupted the society can get as well because I'm not going to spoil anything, but you'll see a lot of backstabbing in this game once you get deeper into it. So that's all I'm going to say on that.
The whole mechanics of the astral chain that we know about is that you play as as a police officer that's new to a certain group, dedicated to defeat an unknown entity that just appeared a long time ago and is really causing havoc around the Earth. Now the last remnants of humanity is now on this ark, this small island that is the only safe place of haven in the entire known world. And they have these things called what were they called again?
Uh, I'm not sure. I haven't really played too much into the game, but
Yeah, same
they
here.
have these sentient creatures beside them in which they use to command in order to fight off the alien scourge that still exists within their area.
Yeah, it's basically like you control the creatures with the so-called astral chain that's connected to their hands, and command them to attack, to utilize different techniques. They even have different classes like the swords, the arrow, the heavy blade, the the punching, and the beast forms too. And your main thing is to also investigate crimes in this whole city that they're in, and uncover truths about certain things, and try to do your best to help
Keep the
humanity
population
safe.
under, yeah, safe and under under surveillance and all that stuff. And it is quite deep, and the gameplay itself is a little bit here and there because like you have to use the stick in order to get the thing going. But I mean, well,
Yeah, hold on.
here,
But as I said before,
hello, yep. I was going to sleep on. Bye.
well, I'm not going to say anything about that. But other than that, personally, in my opinion, Astral Chain is a very unique game in itself. But I'm going to make my opinion, my closing game of stuff. So I'm just going to rate this. This thing deserves a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. And well, sorry to cut things short,
Yeah,
but I have to get going.
yeah,
So,
same here. But thank you for this little quick thing. We'll get back into more detailed episodes. But
yeah,
in all, that's our review of Astro Chain. So in any case, like and subscribe, give us a comment, and we'll see you again Friday.
later.
Later.